Peace, family. It's Brandon B. Dixon setting up for the Pub Ownership Podcast. About to go live here in a second. You know, hit that like. Set up that Facebook too. You need to set this.
Yeah. How does it look?
It's cool. It's cool. All right, up in this thing. Let's do it. Get to it. So, just this thing up, man. I'm gonna do two versions. I'm gonna do this live thing, and then I'm gonna copy this thing too. I'm gonna put the intro on the show as well. Let me put the intro on that show. That's what I forgot. Boom. Let me capture this thing too. Right, so we recording too. Peace to the family. We live. Let me end this live chat though too. Boom. So what we gonna do? We have two versions, man. So we could probably rock both. I'm gonna go ahead and post in the post, put the intro and everything like that, lower thirds and all that stuff.
Gotcha.
We just experimenting right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me adjust the camera. Everything new. We at the shop. I don't want that.
The chop shop. You know.
Boom. All right. Let me get that Facebook Live going, then we can start. Go ahead, family. All right. Cool. All right. We get that Facebook Live going, and then we can rock, fam. Facebook. That was shit.
Okay, yeah, run it like that.
All right, peace, family. We live on Facebook. We live on YouTube. Y'all tuned into the Power of Ownership Podcast. This is your host, Brandon B. Dixon. I'm with my guest host, Stephen Canson.
Dixon. Yeah, not to be confused.
Right. Let me make sure you're in that frame on that Facebook Live. Bet.
For sure.
And let me go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Brandon B. Dixon. I'm a published author, serial entrepreneur, mortgage broker, community activist, and host of the Power of Ownership Podcast. This is where we talk about ownership, not only of businesses, properties, mind, body, and soul, but we give y'all the working tools to help yourself get into a position that you want to do, which is in this particular system, succeed in this system, and get yourself out of a certain situation. It's only going to happen by action. I'm going to let Stephen go ahead and introduce himself, and then, we go ahead and get started on our topic this week.
For sure, you already know Steve, aka Boris and Goma, aka Chop the Barber 360. yeah, man. We up in here. We're gonna build a little bit. See if we can dissect some stuff. Give y'all some tools to, you know what I'm saying, empower y'all the same way it's working for us. I got Big Bro. This is, that's my mentor. So, yeah, man. It's,
Right.
stay tuned.
We're gonna start this week with a couple of things that's on my mind. And a lot of people have been asking me, how do you develop the tunnel vision? How do you develop the working skills to stay focused on your goals
Mm-hmm.
and not get sidetracked and not get caught up in everything else?
Mm-hmm.
And that's a lot of people problem. We start goals, we stop.
Mm-hmm.
We get caught up in everybody else's affairs. We get distracted.
Mm-hmm.
How do you get that tunnel vision to stay focused on your goals?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna let you run it. Then I'm gonna go ahead and chime in on that from there.
I mean, as far as tunnel vision, man, it's more everything start with knowledge itself, man. Because if for one, tunnel vision is going to require for you to do the right thing even when nobody else is looking.
Right.
So it has to be, you have to have knowledge yourself. Like if you know that you love a Big Mac, one of your goals shouldn't be to go and destroy McDonald's, because eventually it's not going to balance out. You have to make sure that your purpose is your purpose. Understand knowledge yourself, know who you are, and stick to that. Don't going and trying to get outside of your lane, which is a problem that a lot of people fall off on, and that's why they don't have the stick to itiveness to complete what they're trying to complete, or they don't have the stick to itiveness to continue on going. They'll let it fall short. So as far as tunnel vision, man, just making sure first is knowledge itself,
Mm-hmm.
and then from there, really, it's the knowledge itself is a prerequisite to your goals that are going to be set. So once you understand who you are as an individual, as an energetic being, then you can then the rest, it starts to kind of fall in place.
Right. No doubt. Yeah, that camera looking crispy, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Very crispy.
Yeah,
Look at it, man. I'm looking like, oh.
Yeah, the camera looking crispy. That 1080.
Man.
But man, yeah. I mean, I definitely agree with that. I would add a couple of more things though too. Um, Before you even get into it, I would add a reflection period,
Mm-hmm.
and just reflect on you
Mm-hmm.
and be real with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing you don't want to do is lie to yourself.
Exactly.
Because you're gonna wind up flopping.
Play so.
So reflect on your likes, dislikes, where you think you messed up before in the past.
Mm-hmm.
If you tried this before, and where do you think you can succeed, and write realistic goals. Like write, all right, a week from now, a month from now, a year from now, where do you want to see yourself?
Mm-hmm.
To get that tunnel vision, you have to get emotionally attached
Right.
to the outcome.
Right.
And you got to love the nuances of everything else around it.
Absolutely.
You got to, and I like to break it up into the good, bad, and ugly.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, when I achieve this particular goal, what's the good, bad, and ugly of achieving that goal?
Right.
So the good is going to be, of course, achieving it.
Mm-hmm.
The bad is going to be some people might hate on me or whatever. The ugly is going to be people trying to kill me or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to be able to deal with all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So when it do, like the old cliche, prepare for the worst but expect the best.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing, but I break it down into 3 categories: the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Mm-hmm.
And I meditate around all 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
But when I meditate, I phase out the bad and the ugly,
Mm-hmm.
and work and focus on the good.
Right.
I understand that the bad and the ugly could happen, but I'm going to take that power of the good and overshadow the bad and the ugly.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and you got to love, even though the good and the bad and the ugly might happen, you got to love all aspects of it.
Correct. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's
going.
Well, not necessarily the good gonna happen if you focus on that.
Right.
But either way, you got to love the journey.
The nuances. Yeah.
You got to love the journey, and you got to be in love with the journey.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I was able to reach my goals. I love every part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I get a busted nose, I got to love that.
Right.
If I get, I got to love that.
Exactly. Embrace it.
But once you accept it and love every aspect that could happen, and you focus on the good, a lot of times the bad don't happen.
Right.
See, what happens is we the opposite way. What we want to do is we hope the good, but we focus on the bad, and then the bad do happen.
Right. Right.
And then we don't love the bad. We don't want to suffer any consequences of the bad.
Exactly.
We're scared of that.
Yeah.
And that fear.
Right.
So that false evidence appearing real. So we make ourselves manifest the worst.
That's a fact.
So now you got to run. That was the old cliche. You got to run to the beef. You don't run away from the beef.
Absolutely.
You run to the beef. You run to the beef and kiss it in the mouth.
Yeah, straight up.
And then that way you ain't scared of that beef no more.
That's a fact.
And then I can move on. You see what I'm saying? So that's how I approach my goal: the good, the bad, the ugly. Man, boom. And I love the ugly.
Right.
Let's get grimy. Let's get ugly with it.
Polarity.
You feel what I'm saying? But I ain't scared of the ugly now. I know it's gonna happen. If it do happen, let's say something did go wrong. Oh, I knew that. Let me move on.
Yeah, I was ready for that. Yeah.
I was ready for that.
Yeah.
You know, just like when you boxing, man, you're gonna take a lick on that chin. Boom.
That's a fact.
You expect that. It's a boxing match. A lot of us fail to reach our goals because we want to stay clean.
Yeah.
We don't want to take them licks in the face. See, we talked about this on an earlier podcast. The real winners understand that losing is part of winning.
Polarity.
That's just what it is.
Yeah.
That's just what this is. You know, so I'm not going to dwell on that too long. I want to switch something because this is going to be a real quick podcast. We got two of the real rock real fast. I want to switch subjects a little bit, slightly. It's still on the same note. But how do you, once you do achieve your goals and you start popping, you lit, and your business is going the way you want it to go, and your affairs, and people start to see that.
And it's going to happen.
How do you keep from the people that doubted you, the fence riders, the people that, you know, even and most of the time be family members.
Right.
How do you keep them from begging for now they either want your advice on how they can duplicate the same success, or they see you get money, they want you to finance their dreams.
Right. Well, you know, I mean, giving somebody money to finance their dreams is out of the question off the top because nobody's gonna get nowhere. Like,
but this is your can though.
The way that you guided me into stepping into this thing is, it's like Jesus said, man, give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. As not only a God, but just looking at it on the level of ownership and being successful, the mindset that I have going into this is I'm already thinking up here. So I'm already knowing the way that people's thought process is going. When they see me get successful, then that's when you want to jump on the train.
Right.
But the problem, but it's, that doesn't play into my psyche. I continue to stay on the same path. And if it is a family member and they want some information, even if they was hating on me before, it's all good. I'm not even tripping on it. I'm still going to continue to move in positivity. The way that they act does not change or alter my path. I'm on a positive path. I know where I'm going, and ain't nothing gonna stop me from getting there.
So you cutting the check?
I'm not gonna cut no check because, like I said, if it's of no benefit for me to give you something because you're not gonna appreciate it and you're not gonna value it the same way you're not gonna get the lessons that you need to impact you to continue to grow if you're being handed something. Right. But I would just keep it on it's just positive. Like, no, I can't do that. I'm not gonna give you money just to do whatever you want to do. Right. But however, I will remain on the positive lot because that's my responsibility as a leader. I have to think ahead. I think this chess. I'm 10 moves ahead. So I'm already knowing how you're gonna flip side. But when you flip sides, I'm not gonna reciprocate the negative with more negative. I'm gonna continue to come with the positive. And if I can help you in any way, and you show the initiative that you actually want to do something, then I'll deal with that. But other than that, I'm not obligated to do anything above or beyond that.
So how do you stop the old cliche especially in our community, when we do reach a measure of success. Oh, he acting funny because he got a little money.
Right.
So how do you prevent that?
You don't prevent it. That's part of the good, the bad, and the ugly. You already know it's coming. So that is a sign of success. When people start looking at you and they start saying, "Oh man, he done changed up. He done made some money." That means that you win. That means you're doing exactly what you're supposed to.
So you just let them be.
Yeah, because they're gonna be there anyway. It's mandatory. Like it is. It's polarity. Like you said, without the pain, or there'll be no joy. So without the haters and the people that's there to keep you, try to pull you back. See, that's the whole thing, creating the space, creating the mental space to where intention can be manifested. That's magic. That's magic. Manifesting intention. Everything begins with thought, or that thought. Everything begins with a thought. Everything that's in existence. So I'm already creating the space in my head to where I can manifest my intentions. So it's the haters are going to come with it, and the groupies are going to come with it, or the people that just want to be up under you, or the people that want to use you for whatever the case may be. All that is going to come along with it. That's part of the bad, or that's not the ugly, but that's part of the bad. That's going to come with it. So that's with success.
Right.
More money, more problems.
My thing is this. This is how I handle it. Because this is the thing. You know, no matter what you do, they're never going to be satisfied.
Never.
So I use their weakness against them. Now this is some game here that I'm giving you. You make them work for it.
Right.
Or you give them an obstacle to do before you get this.
Right.
So yeah, man, I invest in your business. You start up your website, do this. Then let me see what's going on. 9 times out of 10,
you're not gonna do that.
They're not gonna do it.
Yeah. You want to hand it to you. Yeah.
So there you go, man. You did. Yeah. Oh, did you do X, Y, Z? No. Okay. All right.
Right.
So I'm gonna use their weakness against them.
Yeah.
So yeah, go run to the end of the pole and come back.
Yeah.
You should have said.
Yeah.
Oh man, I got to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So most people ain't gonna want to do that.
That's a fact.
You know, or if you got people with a little gumption and stuff like that want to do something, okay, I got something for you. And especially with family members, I invest in this business of my choice. I give you this liquor store. I give you this restaurant. Don't ask me for nothing else. Let me get this understood. When I do this restaurant, I'm gonna invest my bread. I did that to my daughter's mom. I invested in this hair salon.
Yeah,
that's it. Don't put me on child support. Don't do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
So it's a barter system, man. Negotiation.
Right. Absolutely.
You feel what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Same thing we do with family members. Hey, all right, y'all want? Here goes y'all checkers or y'all rallies or whatever.
Yeah.
Eat off of that.
There you go.
Leave me alone. Don't ask me for nothing. I gave you. Again, my whole thing is like E40 said, man. I give you a jump, but it's up to you to keep the car running.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? I can give jumps, but I ain't gonna drive you around.
Right.
This ain't no potato sack race.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? I pass you the baton, but you gotta run. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna sit there and run with you on my back. That's dead.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So that's kind of my take on that. That's kind of what I kind of use these strengths with people I know is lazy. But family members, deep family members, I'm gonna set them up. But hey, this is the negotiation.
Right.
Right. I need this from you.
Give you enough rope to hang
yourself. Hey, if you broke, that's on you.
Yeah.
I gave you X amount. My daughter's mom. If you shop out of business.
Right.
Ain't no more bread.
Yeah. And that's in the scenario is somebody that is even deserving of that type of,
right.
Yeah.
Right. And that's only for deep family members.
Exactly.
People that, these UFOs and these aliens that come around and, all of a sudden we partners.
Yeah.
Bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, they want me to invest and finance their dreams and, because they know you work with a little change. Bro, do X, Y, Z, blah, 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 blah. And sometimes you just got to tell them no. I had Caucasians, just tell me, hey, I'll make enough money.
Right.
I got enough money. I don't need any more money. So that means how that translates to me is that I don't want to do business with you.
I don't want to do business with you.
Right.
Right.
So sometimes you got to just tell people, look, I got enough money. I'm straight.
Right.
I'm good.
Right.
Nah, man, I don't want to make that type of money.
Right.
I'm good.
Right. All money ain't good money.
Right. And so people got to accept it. Like,
Yeah.
I can't do business with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So certain people it's only built for Cuban links.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, last segment. Did you have the last segment? I lost my train of thought. What was the last segment?
That was the last.
No, that was the second to last segment. I had one more. Pull up your notes. You know what I mean? So while we thinking of that, this month should be the same. Yeah. So
the last one was Here we go. Yeah. How can business govern your purpose?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good one. That's why I made sure I didn't want to miss that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How does business govern? How can business govern?
I'll go ahead and run that. Or you want to run it first? Let me run. Right. So I think business should be one of your only purposes. Mm-hmm. Everything is business. Mm-hmm. Everything is sales. Everything is damn near transactions. Everything is should be handled as such. That's why they call it handling your business. Mm-hmm. Even with family is business. Mm-hmm. So purpose should be if you right up in tune, if you're on a tune in a certain frequency, your why should be why you make and how you feed yourself. Mm-hmm. If your why is how you feed yourself, then you're on the right path. If you trying to do this and then I have to make money to do this, chances are your heart not going to be into it. Everything not going to be into it. And this thing you got in order to be successful, every fiber of your being got to be dedicated towards this particular goal. You got to want it damn near as bad as you could breathe. Mm-hmm. That's the only way you're going to have it because you're going to be constantly meditating on it and wanting to bring it to fruition. Mm-hmm. If you half-hearted, if it come, and I wanted to do this, but you ain't doing nothing to get it, to manifest it, right. It'll never happen. Right. You sitting there binge watching Netflix, knowing that you should be out there doing what you got to do. That's another thing. Get out the house, bro. Yeah. A lot of people want things and want to have successful businesses, but never leave the house. Mm-hmm. Unless you're a software designer or something to that effect. Even then, you need to go out and start pitching your ideas and start getting, mingling and start intertwining your ideas with other people. There's high touch and there's high tech. Mm-hmm. You got to marry both. You can't have one without the other. Mm-hmm. So if you high tech all the time and nobody's ever seen you, right, they're not going to invest in your business. If you high touch and you only talk to people that you meet face to face, you cut yourself off from that net you can cast, that fishing net that you can get more business. Right. So you got to be both. Mm-hmm. So I say in my class all the time, the line between personal and business is gone nowadays with the invention of social media. That's a fact. Your business has to be your personal. Personal has to be your business. People want to see your personality on the business, and that's who they're doing business with. Mm-hmm. Like I was telling Chop the other day, he needs to do more barbershop stuff, more barbershop interviews, more client interviews, client interactions. People want to see that type of stuff. Mm-hmm. It's becoming more and more compartmentalized as social media grows. Right. People they want to do business and want to spend money with people that's like them. Mm-hmm. And it's like the first rule in pimping: you like those who like you. Right. You start there. Everybody want to take over the world. I want to help everybody. You can't. Right. You want to take over the world, you start with your block. Right. You like those who like you. Master them, service them as best you can until once they like your service, then it starts to grow organically, grassroots. Right. But if I'm general, I want to help everybody. You spraying everywhere, you're gonna be nobody. So you won't be nothing to nobody. Right. See, like I give you an example. It's either Walmart or Nordstrom. Mm-hmm. In between is where you fall off. Mm-hmm. You got to pick who's your customer. Right. The rich or the poor. When you're trying to be everything to everybody, that's what death is. Mm-hmm. pick who you're gonna service, who you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
So your purpose should definitely govern your life, and govern your business.
Mm-hmm.
It should be one and the same thing.
Like you said, it is business. Life is business.
Right. So go ahead, run it. Run it.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much said it. Like your life is business. Every interaction that you have is basically a negotiation
Right.
or an act of business, and it's really your business is really gonna come. I don't want to say second, but it's like it's a residual effect of yourself. You can tell how a person it's a reflection. It's a reflection of the macrocosm. You can tell like how people do business, the type of person they are, because they don't just when they do business with other people, you can tell that's how they do business with themselves, because you do business with yourself really.
Right.
When you aligning your thoughts and you getting yourself together, you're really negotiating with yourself and seeing what you're going to invest in. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. You're making it's a business transaction with yourself. So if people doing shady or crazy business like that, then that's really a reflection of how they deal with themselves as well, because they'll do the same thing to themselves, sabotage themselves, and not even know it. Right. So it has to be congruent. It goes together, like you said. That your business and your personal is the same. It's the same being.
You touched on something I want to kind of tap back at. The problem is a lot of people have so low self-esteem and so low standards of it. They don't have no standards on who they do business with.
Right.
So they feel that, especially with, I'm looking at some of these restaurants and stuff like that that pop up in our neighborhood, and we get treated like dirt, get talked all crazy, and that's what you expect.
Money. Yeah.
You still spend money with them. So same thing with the nail salons and stuff like that. You spend, so you spend all this money and you're talking about you in a different language. Don't put no money in you.
Hey.
My thing is, I did a blog the other day and about relationships, our relationships with championships.
Mm-hmm.
If you're doing business with somebody and their why is not the same as your why, you're wasting your time. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So what if this person is for gentrification and I'm anti-gentrification? Mm-hmm. You're supporting his movement by doing business with him.
Right.
So your why has to be congruent with their why.
Right.
And a lot of people, we sabotage ourselves, especially with people with heavily melanated people. We sabotage ourselves because we do business with people that have no purpose or have no intent on helping us with our why. Mm-hmm. But yet we still doing business. We're still feeding their cause. Mm-hmm. So you're feeding your own demise. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta really realize who you do business with. And if their why not your why, I can't do business. I can't support your business.
So that's a win. So is there such thing as a win-win situation?
It's a win-win situation when our whys are similar. Mm-hmm. Let's say if my why, let's say for in my business is to increase Black Latino ownership, and your why is to educate people on businesses and financial security. Mm-hmm. They work together. They're like peanut butter and jelly. Mm-hmm. So we can do business. Mm-hmm. If your why is, and that's what happened, especially in my business, and we go to these loan officers and we go to these people that don't care about us. Mm-hmm. Talk to us crazy, and I've seen they put them on the back of the list, and we still beg to do business with them. Yeah, they don't care about your home ownership. They just take your money because they can take your money because you begged them to. Right. Their why is redlining. I want to stick you for as much bread as I can get you. Mm-hmm. They don't care about your long term, but yet you do business with them because you have an inferiority complex, no self-esteem, stuff like that.
Not congruent.
So their why is not the same as your why.
Right.
That's what we need to start waking up to, as far as letting your purpose govern your business and who you do business with.
Right.
I see all these people, talking this Black Power stuff, Black Power this. All right, who's your loan officer?
Right.
What mattress you sleeping on?
Right.
Who do you do your grocery shopping with?
That's a fact.
Do you have an Amazon Prime account? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, their why is not the same. So if we just start with that, if your why line up with my why, I could do business with you. And we just scattered throughout everything, boom, we'll never get to where we need to go. And that's what you need to actually, before you do business with anybody, you need to interview them. Interview them on a personal level and on a business professional. I understand you might go with some of these kids, the Europeans, and their business stat sheet might be spectacular. But you ask them why, they might not. They might be a junior Nazi. You never know.
You funding the year.
And they don't give a damn about you. You see what I'm saying? So you need to interview this particular person. If your why is similar, that's how you need to do business with. We pick and choose everything else. Why can't you pick and choose who you do business with?
Right.
So your purpose should absolutely govern who you do business with and your business itself.
Killer Mike did a little thing on that, man. He went for I think it was 3 days.
Okay.
And he would only purchase if it was
right.
He walking everywhere. He ain't had nowhere to stay because we didn't own nothing. He couldn't get nothing to eat half the time because it's all owned by.
Well, that's the thing about we could easily be self-sustainable. We just don't want to.
The responsibility.
Remember, responsibility means you got to respond to your abilities. We could easily have, our own toilet paper, our own toothpaste, our own, we just scared. Remember, we did this on the show. There is no spoon. We think it's gonna blow up in our face. So we scared to go ahead and take risks. We scared to go ahead and get the support.
Right.
We always what I said about the tunnel vision, good, the bad, the ugly. We focus on the ugly before we focus on the good. We're not gonna support. What you just shot yourself in the foot. You didn't let it blow up in your face. So we don't take the risk. So that's the thing. And like I said, it's the whole thing is we want to be like somebody else. And that's the problem. How can you have your own culture when you jocking somebody else's culture? You know what I mean? I don't get it. We have a dual personality. We say we lit. We say we the flyers. We like how we entertain. All right. Well, where's your culture?
Right.
Why is our culture their culture?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about looking in the past. Well, back in the day, you could start a culture right now. Whatever we wanted to be.
There's nothing to stop it.
Nothing to stop us. Whatever could be your culture. But now we're so busy working on, trying to integrate cultures. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what part of the issue. So I mean, it's so easy. This is an easy thing to do. But again.
So for somebody that's watching, and they might feel that it's not easy. They feel they have these type of mental blocks to where they feel like they can't do whatever it is that is a dream or whatever you want to call it. What would be your advice to somebody that's thinking like that?
Well, again, your vibe is your tribe. Again, use the tools that you have. Social media allows you to define like minds. And then do business with people that's like you. Befriend people that's like you. Like those who like you. And then build from there. If you try to like everybody and try this rainbow coalition, I'm gonna save the world. This we are the world, Michael Jackson, Kenny Loggins, and all them cats. That ain't gonna work.
Right.
If you want to save the world, we are the world. You got to start over with your block. And there's no way you're gonna because you wear the same uniform, you're gonna usurp and get it by yourself. How you gonna want to be respected and treated a certain way, and nobody can tell you the difference from you,
right?
Because you're wearing this particular uniform. Until this uniform is respected, then you're gonna get the due respect. You see what I'm saying?
Well, first you get the money.
Right, but you got to get you got to start on the individual path and clean yourself up first.
Right.
When the plane go down, they say put your mask on. Put your mask on
first.
So you got to put your mask on first.
Right.
Save yourself, build yourself up, then help people around you. And from there, now I got a tribe. Let's build a community.
Mm-hmm.
Well, from community, then you can build a nation.
Mm-hmm.
So this is easy stuff. It's elementary stuff. But again, we so caught on, you know, just being symbiotic. You want to be a kangaroo. You want to hop in that pouch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of hopping around yourself, you want to hop in that pouch. Let me take that ride.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Want to be a marsupial.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? To this particular, and then complain about it.
Right.
How you complain about it? You hopping in the pouch.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
You in the pouch.
Yeah, you decided that.
That's what you wanted.
Yeah.
Here you go. But again, I don't want to get too much on my high horse. That's all I have for y'all this week on the power of ownership. Again, take ownership, man. Take ownership of yourself first. Find like minds, build a tribe,
Mm-hmm.
build a community,
Mm-hmm.
then build a nation. Simple.
Right on.
You know what I mean?
Manifestation, baby, is magic, man. You can do it. It's right there, waiting for you. You just got to put in the work, man.
Right.
That's it.
And that's another thing. If you think you're gonna be successful without work, if you got that lottery mentality,
Yeah.
we'll see you again. You'll be back. you'll be back here. You know what I'm saying? Go toward the light, like Panic said. When you go toward the light, you coming out of the womb while down there.
Yeah.
You'll be back.
You'll be back, bro.
You know what I mean? So, and if you cannot deify yourself without the work.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? You're gonna have to put in work.
Mm-hmm.
This is hard work to really be a god.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's what we want. These titles: king, queen, god.
Yeah.
Queen, govern.
Mm-hmm.
Got a village. Got a kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They were the king. He governed. He got all his weight on his shoulders making decisions.
Yeah. Can't
a god, you create. You got all these decisions to make and consequences and stuff like that. You just want the title.
They want to fuel the ego.
But don't want the work.
Yeah, let me fuel my ego real quick. I'm a god. I'm this.
Yeah,
I'm
you
that.
this and that. But you look at it. You binge watching.
Yeah, I can't tell.
You either the creator or the creation.
Yeah.
Most people are like the creation, and you want to claim these titles.
Yeah. Ego. Yeah.
Nah, bro. It's all about your work. Let the work tell you. Let the people tell you what they is.
Mm-hmm.
What you is.
Right.
Let your work speak for itself.
Mm-hmm.
We're not gonna keep y'all too long, man. Let me do the outro. Go ahead, tell them when they can find you. Tell them who you are. Tell them your social media sites, so on and so forth.
Yeah, check me out on YouTube. Born Sangoma, BornSangama. My bad. Born Sangoma. Check me out. Chop the Barber 360 on Instagram. Check out my workout. You can hit me up on Instagram. You want to schedule an apartment. You want to schedule an appointment for a haircut service. I do it all. Just hit me up, man. You just want to build on some stuff as far as the occult wisdom. Slide over to the YouTube Born Sangoma channel. We're gonna drop another video. We're about to put that down. It's gonna be heat. Make sure you check that out, man. Gotcha.
Again, my name is Brandon B. Dixon. You can go to www.billionaireloanofficer.com. You can book me for mentorship, sales training, so on and so forth. A motivational speech, whatever you need. Go to billionaireloanofficer.com. My book, Sales the Nucleus of Any Profession, is out right now on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles. The webinar is coming soon. I'm going to break down step by step the 7-step process on my sales process. So look out for that. That's coming real soon. 6-figure sales success. And I got my second book is coming out real soon. Before, if not the fourth quarter of this year, it's gonna be the first quarter of 2020. So might be the first quarter of 2020. So that's coming out real soon. I'm busy, man. If you want a mortgage, it's mortgage season. It's not too late this year. Stop paying your landlord's rent. www.hocmortgage.com.
Mm-hmm.
Start making your landlord rich. Start getting financial freedom and financial independence for yourself. Stop living month to month. Stop living without a plan. Start writing down your goals so you can do it. It's not that hard. I can walk you through it. You have help and support now, like I said, through the social media.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, God is a verb. It's all about what you do. And with that, I'm going to say personal responsibility is your only savior. And we're going to say peace.